1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get out of the door. Howdy there, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to our Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Let's Play adventure, where we left off last time with our good friend Juniper getting ready to ascend. We did a whole lot of quests last time in order to... I don't really know what our goal was. I don't know really what triggered this. I'm assuming it was either you had to get those flags cleared from completing the quests, or we just needed to get the colony to rank 4. Something about this, though, something about what we did last time got us this question mark on the map. And usually, question mark on the map, it's a pretty good sign that someone is about to ascend. I'm trying not to have the hiccups right now. I'm trying to... This is voiced, it's the Ascension quest. It's not voiced, but that doesn't mean anything just yet. Oh, brilliant. I was just looking for you guys. Really? Really? You're just in time to give me a hand. Oh, great. Why are you looking for them in particular? Sorry, just got a bit overexcited there. You know that you can find ether in the colony Lambda tunnels, right? Not really, no. Oh, my good... not really, no. Huh, well, anyway, Lambda's absolutely riddled with ether, and they've got this probe they used to find it. Wait, we did know that. Why are we pretending like we didn't know that, Uni? What? And if Colony Tau has some natural resources we could tap into, too. So I thought I'd just borrow the probe and have a look-see. You're really raring to go, huh? I'm not sure just charging around aimlessly is going to get you the results you want. I wouldn't go that far, Nutka. We've at least got to look, and that's where you come in. I don't think there's any harm in trying. Exactly my thoughts. Don't listen to Nutka being all pessimistic. It's a good thing you came. Your problem is you haven't got two thoughts in your head. Sorry, it's not that Selin and Nutka don't get along. As long as we can definitively verify the presence of resources, that should be the end of the argument. Something like that. Just think, if we do find something, we could be raking in just like, Lambda. Let's get the ball rolling then. Come with me to the Tree Hollow opening. Alright? We were just there. It was part of a previous quest. Learning from Lambda. This is not an Ascension quest. It might lead to an Ascension quest when it's over. There was a massive question mark on the map that wasn't there before. We kind of ended the last episode with the promise being that when we come back next time, we'll have an Ascension quest to do. But we don't. That's just not what's happening at all. Yippee! Which is disappointing. Booyah! Yeah, we've been here before, not even all that long ago. Selin is waiting for us to teach us how to do something. Give it a quick test, just stick it somewhere around here. Let's give it a go! So we've been given some sort of device. I guess we just shove it into the ground, and hopefully we get a weird shot of Senna squatting awkwardly like that time she went to pick the potatoes. We're getting a proper loading screen here, which is odd. It makes me feel like something interesting is actually going to happen, which means that the potential for disappointment is high right now, because when nothing inevitably happens, we come back from this black screen, and it's just a message on the screen saying, "Nothing here." Okay, there's actually like one of those weird turrets from Portal 2. Okay, let's do this. This is a triumph. Oh, I could do without the noise. Is it reacting? Looks like it's kinda... Hold on, we've got a visitor. I mean, we got 3 of them, and they're very threatening. Lands. Come on. There's one in every friend group. Oh my gosh, wait, we're all being defeated. Oh, I had no idea we were all being defeated. I did not realize the fight was going that poorly. Okay, no, this is okay. We can make this work. Oh my gosh, I think we might actually get away with this. Oh, no, we won't. No, we won't, because we're about to, yeah, no, no one here can heal or res. I think we can't run away. There's no running away from this. Well, there's no surviving it either. I think our best bet is to just go ahead and give up now. We've not immediately been eviscerated. So far, things are going a little bit better. Also, I keep attacking out of order. I've got to remember, we've got to break a topple and daze right on this character. We just have to remember to do them in the proper order. I've got to stop Rexing it up right now. Also, yeah, this is a much easier fight. My gosh, I think maybe if I just kept going, we might have cheesed it in the end, but it wouldn't have been satisfying. Because it wouldn't have been a skill-based combat success. It would have just been me, well, genuinely cheesing it. See, there we go. We managed to topple that one. But our daze isn't charged up. So to what end? It's all right. There's going to be plenty more opportunity when the next 3 spawn. And there we go. The 6 of them defeated. What were we even doing here? I don't remember now. That should be enough searching. Do we have any results? Oh, right. We're trying to find... nothing there. So we're heading down now to the lower levels to investigate. We sent Saline home because it's too dangerous for them. They're just like a salty water nasal flush at the end of the day. Their name is not Saline. Sometimes I just go for the bit and it's not good. It is dangerous down here, though. It is very dangerous. There are some really high level, like quad wings and dragons and birds in the swamp, but possibly there's something good here for us. We'll see. Possibly. This seems like a good place. Yeah, let's stick the probe in. We're gonna find just heaps and heaps of something really useless. Oh, it's off the charts! I suppose there really are resources to be had around here. You being a naysayer again? I am. I didn't think it would be so easy to find anything. Bully for us. If that Spock and sound attracts more monsters, then... Speaking of... Oh, and they're coming up in slow motion, too. What did I tell you? Better get them out of here if we want to check our findings, huh? Let's do it! Why can't the little portal turret do it? I know it's... You don't need to comment. I understand this is a different franchise. I don't need your sass. Watch this. So... Okay, well, someone else did the break, but now we do the topple, and we do... Maybe that was our daze, maybe someone else. I mean, I hit the daze attack, but it kind of looked like it happened afterward, which is disappointing. But also, life moves on, and here we are. Here we stand. Whatever the weird bit of dialogue is in the 4th Harry Potter movie, that movie's a disappointment, not because it's a bad movie, but because it's my favorite book. Meanwhile, Prisoner of Azkaban is a great book, but that's my favorite movie. I really wish Alfonso Cuarón had come back to make more. I don't like that they moved to different directors for... Okay, so Chris Columbus's films, his 2, very true to the book, a bit dry. You know what I mean? Good for what they were, though, and I think that they were very charming and kiddish, and then, yeah, by the time you get to the 3rd book, it does grow up a bit when you consider the subject matter, and I feel like Alfonso Cuarón made a perfectly, slightly more grown-up, and he made it weirder and more magical in a way, and I wish you could combine Chris Columbus. I keep saying Christopher Columbus, don't I? He sailed the ocean blue in 1492, but Chris Columbus. I wish you could kind of combine his charming, whimsical, kiddish nature with the sort of darker and weirder world of Alfonso. If you could combine those two together, you'd have the perfect Harry Potter films. Whoever directed the 4th one was a bad call, and then David Yates did alright, but they got him to do the last 4 movies, and those are some... Order of the Phoenix isn't bad. Half-Blood Prince is nearly a black and white movie. That was a weird call. You could say that was the cinematographer, but at the end of the day, all fingers get pointed at the director when it's a bad film, and I don't think that that's a great execution on that film. The last 2 movies are fine for what I don't know. I feel like it's a real mess, the Harry Potter franchise, but I think HBO's gonna make it worse. This is exactly why I didn't bring Saline with us. The lower levels are no joke. Yeah, good thing we managed to whack those monsters as well. Oh hey, now it's reacting differently. Yeah, maybe it thought the monsters were the material. That's not it. So Colony Tau has its own resource too. Wow, but what is it? That's right. And Saline was right about it probably benefiting the colony, but we don't know that yet. Then let's stop, not keep him waiting for the report. Think he'll faint with shock? Haha, he might. Let's give him the good news and put him out of his misery. Listen, we don't know what it is, though.
Getting along.
We're just getting a beep. We don't exactly know what the beep is all about. It could be anything down there. It could be ground honey. You know, ground honey is not a thing. There are 2 dragons? I don't remember there being 2 dragons. I remember this one over here. Because this is the one that we sort of talked about farming at one point, because we could get crazy XP from him. I don't remember there being a second one. What level is this one? Are they both in their 70s? Do you reckon we could defeat a 7? No, we couldn't. Alright, well, where is our good guy? Oh, he's waiting outside for us. He was expecting us to come running back that way. Poor fella didn't know that fast travel exists, bless his soul. You're back! So, did you find anything? We did. According to your advice, there are resources in the lower levels. There are? Yeah, but the monsters are rock hard down there. Not a problem. As long as there are resources to find, we can work together with Lambda. You've already hammered out a deal with them. They said they'd lend us levenesses to help with the excavation. That would certainly preclude the lower level monsters from posing a problem. Lambda's troops are highly trained professionals. I can't see any problems arising as long as they're on the case. That's great! If they're going to help, really nice work. I'll get myself to Lambda then, and tell them the good news. Oh, but first, I need to rub it in Nootka's face that I was right. Thanks, all. Yeah, not foreseeing a lot of harmony in their future. Oh, they'll be fine. They're really close friends underneath all the antagonism. They respect each other a lot. Well, you know them better than me. They both care a lot about Colony Tau. I don't doubt they'll work better at... I don't know what the word... I hit finish before I finished reading. This didn't have a gosh darn thing whatsoever to do with Ascension, but this might. There's a new question mark. Could this be an Ascension quest? Could be. Might not be. We'll have to see. Let's just run in here and see what happens.
What the spark's all this?
This is an Ascension
What are these
quest.
monsters doing here?
What's going on?
Why, little Juniper? You're late.
Console.
You know I can't abide tardiness. Too much fun and games, is it? Ha! Life is not a bed of roses, my dear. You must be aware of that, surely.
What are you after?
My. Why so sour, my little Uro berries? I haven't the slightest inclination to involve myself in a fracas with you.
Oh yeah? Then what are you doing here?
Dear, I am positively quaking in my boots. I am here to see my little Junebug, nothing more.
And you expect us to believe that?
You may set your hearts aflutter with whatever feelings you desire, for all I care. If I must confide in you a detail, I would like you to know that it was I who dealt those monsters a swift demise.
You? I can confirm that. If it weren't for the console, we might not even be standing here. Spark. If only I hadn't screwed up.
You're injured.
Yeah, my fault. I got cocky. Monsters got a free swipe in.
You may find it hard to believe, but I'm quite the assiduous type. I've been keeping a close watch on my fruitlings. But now that little Junebug has returned, there is yet more work to be done.
You're not angry about the flame clock?
Angry? You were the ones who broke it. You aren't going to apologize, are you? Besides, I've been aware of the circumstances for a while now.
It seems chill, but the music's...
Said it's a delicate topic.
The music's like...
Delicate.
Yes, delicate. Do your ears need rinsing, Poppet? I don't know if you're aware, but the people of Tau themselves chose to break the clock. It's hardly my place to complain. I happen to be quite the individualist. Don't you know?
You're not making a lick of sense.
I'm not saying I trust them, but this wouldn't be
Now,
the first weird
Be a
console
sweet
we
pea
found.
And go on ahead, will you?
Don't worry. I'll be fine.
Yeah, maybe.
Noah, we're just letting Juniper go?
Juniper said not to worry, so let's not worry.
That's the spirit. Perhaps you and I will be able to see eye to eye after all. Oh, one thing. I have a job for you, Uro Berries, if you would be so kind.
Yeah.
A job? For us?
For you, I'd like you to procure some twine turf. For me.
Yeah? What are you using it for?
Someone's got to remove those nuisances for new life to settle in. But preparations will need to be in place if we are to dispose of them, which is where the twine turf comes in.
Twine turf. I think I saw some of that in Yellow Grove.
Well, look at that. How fortuitous. That's a mere stone's throw from here.
Well, it's not far. That's true.
See? It wouldn't kill you to fetch some.
I know what you're thinking. But
Do you?
these things really are going to be a problem for us otherwise, so we'd really appreciate the help.
No, I understand. Let's go then.
Alright, sure. Hero Quest survivors. This could be genuine, or this could be a ploy to get us out of the colony long enough for them to do something sus. Also, what's going on here, Carson? That water down at the spring of Rhonnar really does make you feel like a new person. You have got to try it. Oh, strength-giving water. New topic available. I might do that. I might just do that. They make it seem like it's so close, a mere 226 meters away, but it's a journey. A long and arduous journey. Look how far we've come. We were way over there, and we're still like 200, well, we're 100 and some odd meters away. I'm real curious to see how this one goes. What I was trying to say earlier is that we did meet the Consul of the Sea. I cannot remember his name off the top of my head. Neptune or whatever the fella is. And he was a consul who did not really care about the whole Mobius, endless now sort of thing. He just wanted to walk around the ocean with his friends and go fishing and whatnot. So it could be that we've got ourselves another situation like that, or it could also be I'm staying on my feet here, I'm keeping on my toes, I'm considering the possibility that what we actually have here is a consul who's trying to get us out of the picture long enough they can do something like install a new flame clock. Or something along those lines.
I wonder how the consul's going to use this stuff to get rid of the monsters.
I haven't a clue.
I would love an audiobook of just Mio.
Everyone!
Reading literally anything. Absolutely
Juniper,
anything.
Are you alright?
Yes. And the colony is unharmed, thank goodness.
Hey, Juniper. Has your consul always been like that?
The consul? I don't really recall.
You said she pretty much left you to it, right?
That's correct. The consul rarely ever visits us.
Ah, you misread the line. In the booth. The professionals do it too. The professionals do it too. I was supposed to be a
Get
rarely.
this job done, and then we give her a piece of our mind. I mean, I don't really sense any hostility from it. Maybe it's fine.
But you have to admit, she's got a way of getting on your nerves, right?
Still, she is a consul. If we underestimate her, we'll no doubt be in for a world of pain.
Noted. But even if we do have to fight, it'd have to be outside of the colony.
Yeah. We don't know what she might be planning to do with the people of Colony Tau.
We should try to head back soon.
Yeah, no, I'm still not sure what her ploy would be either. Again, installing a new clock, or just killing everyone so that they all return to the system and are reborn in some cylinder somewhere. Although at this point in the game, logically speaking, we control the world. We have all of the... like, all of the colonies. At least all of the ones that have been revealed to us. We have control of both castles. So, I mean, unless they're rebirthing them in Origin, I think we pretty much win. Okay, everything around here seems just fine so far. Nothing seems to be amiss. There's a giant pile of leaves. I don't remember that being there before. Should we investigate? Oh my gosh! It's the Imogen Heap! That's it, that's the joke. We're done now. No more. Unless another one comes up.
Is that enough for you?
Wonderful, my dear Uroberries. Quite the speedy little workers, aren't you?
So, how are you gonna use the stuff?
We're going to make it into a pulp and throw it into a bonfire. I hear it has the most fragrant aroma. No doubt the creatures will be drawn straight to it.
Something sus. Something
A
sus!
little assistance wouldn't go amiss. You.
Huh? Yes.
What a farce.
They're drawn to the scent, are they?
What is it, Tyon? You picked up on something?
Not exactly.
Senna's face! Having none of this!
Oh, what is this? Oh, I do so hate the forest. What with all the bugs?
Right. Well, they do say that bugs hate smoke.
You know the type of insect I hate the most? The creepy, crawly kind. Oh, ghastly things. How about you?
Me? I've seen them all before. Can't say they bother me.
Oh. Such a tedious little corner of Ionios. Nothing much ever happens around here, does it?
No, not really. I'm kind of used to it by now, though.
Well, of course you would be. State the obvious. Why don't you?
Oh, right. Sorry, ma'am.
Now throw in the plants I gave you, and we should be all set for the preparatory phase.
Where are you going, ma'am?
Oh, you know, I thought I might witness a little of that Uroberry magic for myself. The smoke rising from the bonfire acts like a signal flare to indicate the start of battle.
Yeah? What's that got to do with... Crap! They're back! Again! What?
Looks like you've got your work cut out for you. Oh, yes. You had better live your lives to their very fullest.
That was the plan.
What? These monsters!
That was the plan.
Don't ask me! They just showed up out of the blue and started heading this way!
These monsters aren't from the forest. Why would they have come in so far?
I have my hunches.
No point guessing right now. Let's send these guys packing.
This is a weird Ascension quest. Considering how everything we've done with the Juniper and Colony Tau has basically been like food related and then also relationship building related, we've done a lot to help build relationships between Tau and other colonies. And yet, that's not what this is about. Remember Xeon's Ascension quest was like potatoes? And you can have whatever criticisms of that you want, but at least it led into it, right? We did so much trying to get them set up with their own sort of food supply. So by the time that ended up being the Ascension quest, it made perfect sense. I feel like this wasn't established at all in any kind of meaningful or satisfying way. It's just like, okay, you've done all of this to like get food supplies in, and you've done all of this to build all of these connections with other colonies. Ascension quests. Weirdo Consul shows up and is like, I'm gonna build a fire to attract big bad beasts, and I'm gonna talk about insects, and it's gonna kill all of you. I don't know, I feel cheated. Ugh.
Gah! There's no end to him.
That's false. There was only 3 and we defeated them.
Fight first, wine later, mate.
Yeah, I know, man. Makes me feel better, though.
My dear, sweet little Junebug. I'll tell you what I'm trying to accomplish here. I want to see Colony Tau performing to the very best of their ability.
What?
I want them to wallow in regret, to agonize, tremble, suffer, rise, convulse, and then die. You see, the look on their faces at that moment is the most delectable thing in the world to me.
Consort, I don't understand.
All that you are, distilled at the cusp of death to a perfect fraction of unbearable humiliation. However, teetering there on the edge of oblivion is also the moment in which you shine the brightest. The terror of death flickering in your minds, fighting madly in the hope that you still might live. A newborn babe could never hope to match that expression of horror. Only the march of time can crystallize those grimaces of wrath and agony, aged to perfection like a fine wine.
I feel the same, Juniper.
They're
I
coming
feel
our
the
way
same.
too. Huh, never a dull moment around here.
Come now, Junebug. Chin up. I want to see you at the peak of your brilliance. I can't savor your emotions if you don't ripen to your fullest now, can I?
So, they're just as like a weirdo sociopath. A sociopath's not the correct term in this situation, but you know what I mean. I don't know, folks. I don't know. You know what? I feel like nothing is ever going to beat the dissatisfaction I had with Senna's Ascension quest, especially compared to certain other. I mean, Tyon's Ascension quest was amazing. Really good stuff. And then you follow that up with, like, frickin' Senna's. I'll tell you what, we got a lot of really good Senna stuff with Colony Zero. And I'm still surprised that that wasn't just her Ascension quest. There was so much Senna. I mean, that was basically a Senna side series of quests. That was wonderful stuff. And then her actual Ascension quest sucked. I don't know. Maybe they were hoping they were making up for it there. I'm not really sure. All I do know is that I really want to defeat this this Rhino Storm.
Sparks! They got Roland. Somebody go and help the poor soul.
I mean, when you say they got him, it makes it sound like he's dead.
Is this it for us?
Stay calm.
Has anyone thought about
Still
putting the
glimmer of
fire
hope.
out?
There aren't as many monsters as before. It's doable. Keep pushing them back.
We'll try.
Oroberries are a force to be reckoned with, aren't they? I hadn't factored them in, but I did get a taste of fear and despair. And for that, I'm truly grateful.
I'm ready to beat them
You
up.
must have felt such sweet relief when they broke the flame clock. How does it feel to have all that taken away from you?
Why are we even tolerating this? We can just go attack them at any point.
My little monsters will flock to you like a free meal.
Someone could just go stab them in the back.
Put out the fire, stop the smoke.
Oh.
Finally, someone's doing something sensible.
Late for that.
I had my doubts, but I never thought you were so brazen as to do this openly.
When you crush and burn those plants,
Based on what?
the most irresistible aroma for monsters.
The consoles are evil! How could you not anticipate this?
I said that nuisances had to be removed. Who said anything about monsters? I was hoping to remove everyone save little Junebug here and make way for new growth in the forest.
You don't have to spout a load of shite, you know that.
I was hoping to see them savaged by hungry beasts, but oh well. Your efforts have managed to ruin a perfectly good tragedy. Again.
Again?
Did I not mention? Not a few days ago, I recall that you intervened. I was hoping to cull some fruitlings before their homecoming.
Ah, The monsters from before.
Yes, that's it. That's the way.
That was ages
The
ago!
monsters that you encountered on that fateful day. The very same. Yes, I led them there myself. If they had feasted on your husks, I could have thrown them into the colony and given you such a fright.
Why? Why would you think of doing such an awful thing?
I took you to be smarter than this, Juniper. Be a dear and fire up those synapses for me. Colony Tau was ready to accept their fate. I settled on the monsters as the best way to deal with that. I thought perhaps if you were to see your friends torn apart before your very eyes, it might give you the stimulus you need.
You're beyond help.
When the flame
There's so much talking in this, and none of it really matters.
You also came to fear death and gained the ability to suffer as you are doing right now. You've done well, my little Uro berries. Yes, indeed. The look on your faces is not something so easily reproduced. Ah, how long I've waited just to see those contortions. The perfect moment. Once matured, then savored. I'll not let you die easily. I shall see to that.
You consoles are all the same, aren't you? How can you toy with people's lives like this? You think this is fun?
They do! We've seen evidence of that!
Teasing my favorite playthings. Is that really so difficult to understand? Well, it's been lovely talking to you, but I'm afraid time's getting on. If you despise me so much, slay my little pets and try taking me on yourselves.
Happily, that's what we'll do. Alright, that's the last of the giant, shielded, armored rhinoceri of the wood.
You really defeated them? All of them? Well, you're nothing if not tenacious.
Now we're ready to fight
Stay
you.
away from our colony
So let's keep
without
conversation to a
interfering,
minimum and just
as
get
you
into
always
it.
have. I'm willing to let bygones be bygones.
Without interfering? You really are a model child, aren't you? I told you, I consider myself the assiduous type. Why do you think that so few make it to homecoming in this pit that none know about or care about? Why do you think there are few threats to your colony, yet your flame clock teeters on the brink of collapse?
Well...
Let me explain it to you in simple terms that even you will be able to understand. I made it that way. It was by my design.
What?
You really are the lowest of the low.
This is good.
I had the soldiers die when approaching their final term. I conceived your peculiar traditions, and I sent monsters to you. And when your numbers were culled just enough to maintain the colony, I sent you new recruits. When you lacked a source of life with which to fill the clock, I placed monsters of adequate strength for your succor. And it has all been for this moment. Oh, the lengths I went to just for today.
This is at least explaining how their colony ended up the way that it is, because I have been wondering.
Countless hours of painstaking effort went into this. But I am so very glad to have met a soul like yourself, little Junebug. Even your rage brings me delight. The fact that you want to kill me where I stand, even more rapturous. I shall contort your face into an expression of pure agony. I shall tear down all that you are.
The people of Colony Tau have been fighting just to survive day to day. We won't allow you to have your way anymore. This ends here.
Yes, I suppose you're right. My actions are unforgivable. Come then, do your worst. If you don't kill me now...
You have to watch as I slaughter your precious colony Tau before your very eyes.
The music still slaps. Just throwing that out there. It's still really good. Let's go! Wrong button again. Alright, so we can now go into a level 3 interlink. We're matched with them in terms of level, but it's so far been a bit of a cakewalk of a fight, owing probably to the fact that, again, it's not all about levels in this game. It's about your accessories, it's about your gems. You can absolutely cheese the game a little bit if you have all of those things set up just right, which is kind of what we've managed to do here. I'd actually like to finish this in a chain attack, and it would be cool if I did it with just 2 Ouroboros commands. That would actually be really sick. So, I mean, I was kind of hoping we would deal more damage before starting the chain attack, but we're about to, like... Yeah, there we go. We're just going to hop right into it. I mean, I actually don't know if we're going to be able to manage this. That wasn't my best first wave, and we're not dealing a whole lot of power, even though we've got a pretty decent damage multiplier. Yeah, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to make a big enough difference a second time through. We do get everyone back, though. That's good. So that increases the damage multiplier, which is... What are you doing right now? Just taking a little spin before firing? Odd choice, but okay. We do this, and that'll do a break. And then we do this, and that'll do a topple. We got dazed. We've got burst, but don't you have to launch before you can burst? I'm pretty sure you have to launch first. And no one has a launch. We'll just go ahead and do this then, I suppose. No! It's daze and then burst and then launch and smash. It's been a year, but I'm gonna get this memorized. I'm not. It's not gonna happen. Oof! Yeah, I way overestimated the amount of damage we'd be able to do in the chain attack with just 2 rounds. Oh my gosh! Yeah, it really does feel unlikely that we're gonna get a second chain attack during this. It kind of feels like that's just not gonna be a thing that happens, which is a shame. But we are about to defeat them, and that's something, at least, you know, to write home about. Dear Mother, today I defeated Mobius U. They were very irritating. They had some sort of weird evil plot. They don't like insects. They wanted to burn incense. It was very strange, and not the best Ascension quest for our dear friend. But, you know what? It did answer some questions. So, in conclusion, Mom, Mother, Father, please kindly disregard this letter. Letter.
You've such power, my Ouroboros.
Consul you.
Oh, yes. Now that right there is the face I wanted to see. I'm afraid I won't be dying here alone. I'm going to kill off all your dear sweet friends, one by one.
You're literally defeated.
Remember exactly how they died, and you will regret it every waking moment. Cursing your own ineptitude, wishing you'd done more. Avenged though they were, aimless anger will consume you. How very exquisite the look on your face will be then.
She's lost the plot. Big time.
This was our victory. You don't need to listen to this.
Colony Tau.
What about them?
We made a promise that we'd survive. And so, the Consul's twisted games are something I cannot entertain.
Juniper. So you really can make a face like that too.
Good on her, though. You know, she knew what she wanted.
And now I must wonder.
She came here. She lit a
Should I do
fire.
the right thing in the end?
She cheered on giant
I think
armored rhinos.
That's what life is all about.
In terms of twisted evil consoles,
Searching to
good
find
on
that
her.
answer.
She died doing what she loved.
Yes. How true.
Kind of.
Thanks. Yet again.
Oh no.
Feels like you're always saving our bacon.
Now, none of that. We're all mates now, remember?
Made it sound like Juniper was
Yeah,
agreeing with
Lance
me.
is right.
How
We're all
true.
in this together.
Juniper, what's wrong?
Life
Also
is
good on
cruel,
Juniper for
isn't it?
firing that arrow.
Just when I stopped waiting for death and began to live for myself. Why must it be so hard? It's just as the consul said, expecting death would have been so much easier.
You're not wrong. It's not easy. And it never will be.
Sure, but it's still a sight better than doing sparkle and giving up.
That's also true. You're right. Life is a struggle, but I think I'd like to go on fighting for a little while longer at least.
Nah, you gotta dream bigger. Fight until the bitter end.
Perhaps I should. Even without a consul, our goal remains the same.
That's right. And we've got to start by harvesting the crops.
Right, yes. We have our hands full as it is trying to look after ourselves right now.
Sure. Well, if you ever find yourself having a hard time, we'll be there to help.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, and see you soon.
Well, I didn't hate it. I kind of justified itself towards the end there by being a means to explain why this colony is the way that it is. And I guess all of the quests kind of led into that, with them all being like, wow, things really are tough around here. Things really are tough around here, right? Like, that was sort of the vibe that was set up through all of the quests we did last episode and then at the start of this episode. So I guess in a sense... Not in a sense, as in, like, but, like, in a sense, it kind of justified itself a little bit. But, I don't know. Still better than Senna's Ascension quest, which was the worst. Interestingly enough, though, that's not the end of what we've got to do here, because we did pick up one more quest requiring Juniper, Strength-Giving Water, which is apparently about some sort of water it's the spring, the waters make you stronger. Water of Rhonnar. I think we've been to this exact spring before. It looks really familiar, and there was nothing super interesting or special about it. In fact, it was kind of gross.
Let's keep things on
It's
a
just
tight
like
note.
some water in, like the industrial complex back here.
Better give it a good once over.
Okay, this is not where I meant to be going. I've just discovered a new area, though, completely by accident. I was trying to climb up here, turned around, inadvertently jumped off the edge, and apparently this little pool is considered a spring. I'm still finding things on the map for the first time. How nutty is that? After a year! And I mean, look at the area map as well. It doesn't even show up marked or anything. It's just like, oh yeah, here's a spring. Why? Oh yeah, now this is the place. And Nootka is here. We're familiar with Nootka. Nootka is a bit of a naysayer. I was going to say Nootka-sayer, but that just sounds real dumb. What are you doing here? They're looking for the spring. What about you, Nootka? I was thinking of putting all that knowledge I got from Colony Iota about water and rocks to use. I think perhaps that drinking this water isn't suddenly going to turn you into a better soldier. Mate, this stuff is so good. So good. This is like stale water on the ground in a long-abandoned building from a time before Ionios and before the Cloud Sea and it literally ancient Earth, and it's just here. It's just water. How can it be? Oh, it does taste nice. You could make a sublime cup of tea with this. Yeah, it's like stale, gross water. It is really top-quality water, but I don't think there's anything particularly special in it. So it's just a normal spring. Yeah, the top of a building. That makes no sense. Seems that way. I don't think it'll give you any powers. Unless it's like radioactive or something weird like that. What? Tell that to these bulging biceps. Both of you are already plenty strong enough. It's all in your head. Should we try one more spring? If other fountains are as good as this, then it would spare us the trek. Is there a spring closer to Tau? There is! This area is a bit too monster-infested for comfort. At worst, we might be surrounded. The other spring is a lot more peaceful. It would be far preferable for us as a water source. Is it the one I accidentally fell into earlier? Because that would be very funny. I see your point. Okay, let's take a look. Follow me. Thanks. Watch it be that one. I can't remember what it was called, but I remember what the surrounding area looked like. If Nootka takes us back to that one, so help me. It's gonna be such a bizarre coincidence that I just happened to jump, turn around, fall in that spring, have it announced to me that the spring existed. I think that's where we're headed. We keep getting these weird little conversations between everyone. Just actual voice dialogue about these random side quests. Yeah, this is it. This is the one I accidentally fell in. Again, ancient Ionios pre-all-rest ancient earth buildings here. Just with a pool of water. Wait here while I look around. More power to ya! Well, its composition is practically identical to the other spring. Interesting. It's definitely better to draw our water from here. We've had a lot of casualties getting our water from that spring. This is far and away the better choice. They're both pretty much the same. Then how come the other one's got a legend about beefing you up and this doesn't? Oh, probably because you have to walk so far to get it and then haul it back. And so the constant back and forth makes you stronger. Like when you carry the pig up the mountain and then sing, if only the woodpecker sighed, the bark on the tree was as soft as the sky. The wolf waits below, hungry and lonely. He cries to the moon, if only, if only. And then you carry Madame Zeroni up the mountain and sing while she drinks, and you get stronger, and then you can go get that girl, but if you forget to come back for Madame Zeroni, you and your family will be cursed for always and eternity. Something like that, I'm assuming? No idea. Just something that people have said. That's how customs work. Doesn't matter how ludicrous they are. People refuse to let them go. Glory always had an awful time trekking up there to fetch water. If we can lighten her load, I count that a win. She's already working hard enough trying to treat all our injured. Graziana, too. She and Glory are responsible for water supplies. Graziana's very careful. Thankfully, she hasn't had any unpleasant monster encounters yet. The water's so good from this spring, too. She should be pleased. Do you mind if we leave you to spread the good news? No problem. Let me just fill her up first. Thanks for coming out here. No bother at all. We're just happy if we can stop more people from getting hurt. Right. It's little things like these that make life easy for everyone. Hang in there. So do we actually have to go spread the good news, or is that the good news? Let's go spread the gospel. Let's go spread the good news of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Oh good, there's more quests here.
Everyone's getting along.
It doesn't end with Colony Tau. It's a constant stream of never-ending quest lines with these people. Let's go tell them about the saving grace of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Did you know that all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God? God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life? You did. Oh, well. Now you know again. Oh! This was just called The Returned, and it doesn't actually require that we have Juniper with us. Looks like the people who went from Tau to other colonies have come back. Those were colonies we liberated, and we did notify them they'd be coming, so it's not like I was overly worried. But still, it's no small feat to get there and back alone. I don't think I could have made it. Yeah, me neither. Not on my own, anyways. And yet, as a learning experience, I'm sure it was invaluable. I agree with you. It's bound to spur on Colony Tau in all sorts of ways, expected or not. Before this, the place was slowly headed for the scrap heap, and no one would have been any the wiser. They grabbed this opportunity and ran with it. Good on them. Certainly. We could stand to emulate their example. So that was just for some bonus XP. Not even a whole lot of it. Yeah, I should have realized it wasn't even quest-related. And in fact, if we actually go through here, we'll see that there are, I don't think, any quests. I don't think this has anything to do with Colony Tau. Nothing to do with Imogen. That's about Lambda over there. Colony 11's future. Probably should go check in on that, because that's probably going to lead to a Shara's Ascension quest eventually. But I think that was it. I think we just wanted to have that discussion, and maybe that puts a bow on the situation.
Should we get a move on?
Are we done here? Doesn't look like there's anyone here to talk to. I mean, we haven't quite maxed out our friendship with them yet. But there are other ways of doing that. And in fact, I can think of one off the top of my head. Look at this. We can get 225 affinity just for doing whatever this is. And an ultra pure gemstone. And then also, apparently we can just do that again, too. Yeah, or maybe that one's slightly different. I'm not sure. And then we've got one here for Howdy. Okay, wonderful. And then we've got one here for... I mean, that was probably enough, though, wasn't it? No, it was not. I was way too underestimating of how much more we needed. So there's 2 more we can do. So either this gets it, or I don't know what we're going to do. We're probably going to have to go run around out in the woods and fight monsters, which I'm perfectly happy to do. It doesn't bother me any. Going through to see if maybe they might be slightly out of order, and it doesn't look like that is the case, so... Oh, it's so close! It's so close! Oh well. I think when you kill monsters in their territory, it counts, and so we might just go kill some monsters in the future. But for now, remember, our focus is on Hero Ascension. Is there like a quick and easy way to tell what level these folks are? Not that I can tell. I know if I go to characters and I go to no, Miyabi. Oh, we should do Miyabis. Yeah. Okay. So we've got Miyabi in the party. Now all we have to do is figure out what to do, which is probably going to involve looking at the entire map, one section at a time, until we find like a question mark that signifies that's where we need to go. This is making the bold assumption, of course, that we've actually done everything that we need to do in order to upgrade Miyabi, and it's perfectly possible that we have not, and we're just wasting our time right now. We're never going to see a question mark on the map for that, because there's just more work to be done or more quests to be completed, or something along those lines. What was that over there? There was something down here in a cluster. No, there wasn't. It was entirely my imagination. A fabrication of my mind. Gosh, the Cadencia region is so large, there could absolutely be something here, and I wouldn't see it. It's just so dense. Oh, wait a minute! Can we sort through what's shown? What are we looking for? We're looking for points of interest? No! We're looking for, like, question marks. I don't think that let's see. Fabricators, ether spheres. Yeah, I don't know if a point of interest counts, because that's, like, magnifying glasses. And we're looking for, like, question marks. That might be a point of interest. It might be both. We don't know. And we're not going to know until I find one that I can compare against. We're kind of running out of places, though, that we might find a question mark for Miyabi. It's not going to be an origin. The city, though! Oh, looky there. Looky there. Isn't Miyabi hanging out at the city anyway? Well, I got pretty badly sunburned on a family vacation, and my skin is starting to peel off, and it's getting kind of gross. I didn't mean to get sunburned. I did sunscreen up. I got this all-natural sunscreen that's supposed to not cause cancer of the flesh. And I think that I just didn't apply it liberally enough, because it worked in some places, but I think I should have put it on a little bit more thickly. We'll do this next time. Thank you folks for watching. God bless you. I'll see you later. Goodbye!